Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. We're going to go ahead and get started. We are missing our vice president, so hopefully she comes in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty and honored guests, let me turn off Andy Grammer. He's awesome, but I can't speak over him today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, honored guests, dear families, and most importantly, our distinguished inductees. I welcome you to the Lambda Nu Honor Society induction ceremony. It is with great pride and deep respect that we gather here today to celebrate our inductees' achievements in academic excellence, as they are inducted into one of the most prestigious honor societies in the radiologic and imaging sciences. I'm Dr. Vicki Dillard. I'm a professor in the Radiologic Sciences Department and current director of the Midwestern State University Texas Psi chapter of Lambda Nu. This year, we are honored to induct 24 new members. Before we begin the ceremony, I would like to ask everyone to please silence their cell phones to show respect for our students and our guests. We are also using Zoom to broadcast this to family members who could not be here today, so they may celebrate their loved ones' accomplishments. This induction ceremony will be recorded and be available for use later. I would like to start my introductions with the faculty and administration that's present. Dr. Stacia Haney is here, president of our university. I also have Dr. Jeff Killian. He's our dean of our College of Health Sciences and Human Services. We have Dr. Lynette Watts, the chair, Department of Shimatsu School of Radiologic Sciences. And Miss Mandy Seddon, assistant professor. And Deborah Wynn, assistant professor. Dr. Ludi Tyron, associate professor. Courtney Akban, clinical coordinator. Dana Toll, clinical coordinator. Dr. Rodney Fisher, physics extraordinaire, and Dr. Kimberly Onstott, MRI guru, MRI safety officer, and modalities coordinator, and Kelsey Wilt, our newest faculty member. Am I missing any faculty members? I hope not. I think I got everybody. And Roxanne is our secretary. She couldn't be here for this, but she is back in the other building rooting you on. Next, I would like to recognize current officers of Lambda Nu. Officers are elected annually, and the new officers for the upcoming year will be elected after the ceremony today. The current officers seated to my left are Dante Olson, Hope Cardona is our vice president. All is our secretary. Cheyenne Demerit is our treasurer. We have 4 senators that represent us as the SGA. Sophia Allen, Paige Cartwright, Lauren Madrano, and Peyton Skidmore. Finally, I would like to recognize the senior members of the society. These students are just 6 short weeks away from graduating with their Bachelor's of Science in Radiologic Technology from at MSU, Texas. We are so proud of their persistence, hard work, and dedication to their success in this program. We know that they will go on to do amazing things in the field. Seniors, please rise to be recognized. time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker for the evening. Should have went through this earlier. Marceline, we are honored to welcome Marceline Forbes as our keynote speaker for this year's Lambda New Induction Ceremony. Marceline has over 2 decades of experience as a medical imaging professional. She began her career in 2002 after attending the Baylor School of Allied Health Sciences and Radiologic Technology program. Went on to gain experience in CT, mammography, and interventional radiology. In 2008, she advanced her training by completing the RA program at Weber State University. Marceline currently serves as clinical program director at Texas Radiology Associates, where she leads the development of RAs and advanced practice providers in her program. Marceline is a national speaker, podcaster, and advocate focused on advancing the profession through workforce strategy and operational development. She developed a deep-rooted passion for advocacy early in her RA career and currently serves as president-elect of the Texas Society of Radiologic Technologists. Marceline will be inducted next week and is looking forward to an active legislative session. Welcome, Marceline.
So I'm Marceline. I don't know, can y'all hear me? I tend to talk a little bit loud. So I'm Marceline. I've been doing radiology for quite a while. And as I sat back and I kind of thought about what would I talk to you guys about? I've been doing this for a long time. My hair is gray. I probably forgot a lot of stuff by now. So as I look back on my career and I remember sitting in the chairs and getting ready to graduate and thinking about what I would be one day. And then I think back to even before that and just where my path led me. And so one thing that I challenge you guys as I speak to y'all today is, what are you guys in this for? Right? Because I think we all say that we're in it for the patient, right? There's so much more to it. So as I share my story, which by the way, nobody's ever heard my full story, so hopefully I can keep my composure because it's very unorthodox to what I think a lot of people's stories are, a lot of what you hear. So I'll just share a little bit about myself. I'm pretty open. If you guys have questions or y'all want to engage, let me know. Feel free to stop me. But I started my career, we go back to high school. I was not a very good learner, even in grade school. I was very dyslexic. I have a hard time reading. I have a hard time writing. But I'm a great speaker because that's where I've got to focus, right? So whenever I was in school, they always told my parents, she probably won't graduate. They put me in a lot of special classes. And so I think early on, I doubted who I was and my own capabilities. So whenever I graduated high school, my parents said, well, what are you going to do? Well, I don't know. College isn't for me, right? I don't know if I want to go. Don't really know what I want to do. And the TV industry actually picked me up whenever I was in high school. And I was already assistant director. So I had the technical component. I had already a good career. But what I didn't want to do was go back to school and get a degree. So one day my mom came home with the newspaper and she said, look at this, radiologic technologist. It's a certificate program through the hospital. Went up to Baylor Grapevine that day, told Baylor Grapevine, what do I have to do to get into your program? They said, it's a 2-year waiting list. Okay. They said, well, call the school, let them know. Maybe they can put you on the waiting list. You can work on some of the things that you have to have. I was already doing community college on the side. So I said, okay. I went up to the program. I said, I'm Marceline Forbes. I'm interested in y'all's program. They said, 2-year waiting list. Said, all right. How do I get on that waiting list? And they said, well, where do you live? I said, I live in Grapevine, Texas. She looked at me and said, you're on. You start next week. I said, great. That was the easiest I've ever done. I got home. I told my dad, I'm like, I'm in X-ray school. My dad said, there's no physical way. We heard what they said. It was a 2-year waiting list. I'm like, hey, Dad, I'm in. My dad calls the school, and he says, there is no way that she's in. And they said, look, the girl that walked out the door before her was in Grapevine. She quit the program. We have other states that are coming. We have 200 people on the waiting list, but none of them can relocate to Grapevine. We're going to have to pay all that tuition back to the hospital. She's in. Whenever I got there, everything was going great. Clinically, I did phenomenal. Didactic, they didn't like the way I answered things. It's not that I answered them wrong. I did it backwards. Sometimes my letters were confused, or sometimes my math was in reverse. They said, we're going to kick her out. That's where you get sad. And I was so devastated. Another thing is going to fail me. And unfortunately, the program under that direction was a little bit difficult. What happened is every technologist got up at 5 a.m. to teach me how they wanted it. You guys sitting in the seat today, it's not just about patients. It's about each other. It's about raising each other up. Because of those people, I graduated. Because of those people, I got my job. Because of those people, I love what I do. But I make sure that I give it back, right? So, here we are years later. I'm doing really good. My doctors keep telling me, go back to school. Go back to school, become an RA, become a PA, become our mid-level. School is not for me. And no way, I'm not going to do it. In 2005, my grandpa got sick. Went up to be with him at his bedside. They placed a dog pop in the lung and started feeding him. That's okay, he bounced back. One night I'm sitting with him, really bad abdominal pain, complaining and a lot of pain. They do an x-ray upright. My doctors had always taught me, look at the images. We were their staff. We didn't have automated lists. We went and hung films. Page the doctor, you need to look at this. We think something's off. So the minute I saw the x-ray, I saw free air, toxic megacolon, pretty common after open heart surgery. I told the technologist, he has toxic megacolon. Well, they weren't taught to look at things the same way that I was. It was very fortunate. They let it go. My grandpa died at 3 a.m. Got back, went to my radiologist, and he said, you're on. I'll go back. I went back to RA school, not so I could do procedures, not so that I could have that great patient care, which I love it, by the way. I went back so that I can work with technologists and we can catch things like that. I teach in every case that I do. If you're a technologist and you're with me, I'm teaching every single case. One, it makes me better. Two, it helps them learn. It keeps all of us moving forward. So again, it comes back to, it's more than just patient care. When we're taking care of each other, the patient will always win. I love my bedside manner. I love being with my patients. I love my x-ray students. I love my RA students because they help me. You know, so as I looked at everything and I thought back to what am I going to teach you guys today? What are y'all going to learn from me? And what do I really have to say? What is my story? My story is that as we look at technologists and as you guys go out into the workforce and you hear we're not respected, you hear that our profession isn't well known, that we're not doctors, we're not nurses, we're the third largest medical profession. When we can control the narrative, we can control how we're recognized. And so I beg you to not pay attention to what others say to you, but to what you say to yourself and what you're saying to other people. The same thing's true in your career. People are going to tell you, don't go for the RA. They told me that. They'll never make it. Here I am 18 years later, and I'm running an entire APP program for one of the largest radiologist groups. I'm ahead of 16 or 17 of us. So we're a very thriving profession. So I always tell everybody, sometimes people don't see your path because they're not on the same trajectory as you. You listen to their advice, you take it humbly, do your own research, but your path will always be yours. And when you start thinking that other people's paths and decisions are going to make who you are, then you're not going to fulfill what's really in you to fulfill. So lift each other up. Find the beauty in what we all do. Come together. Speak highly of our profession. Speak highly of the people that work in it. Because what we do is not only amazing for the patients, but for each other. So if I can give you any words of wisdom, it would be that. And I don't know how I did or how I did on time, but that's just kind of me in my life. And, you know, I hope that everybody finds a little bit of something in it because we truly, truly are. I mean, that's why I've done this 26 years. it's just a big passion. Advocacy, learn that one. If we don't stand up for our legislation, if we don't stand up for our state rules and regulations, advocacy at a national center, this is our profession. We are the experts. We do have a voice. Even one voice can make a huge impact. And when you show up for the profession, you're showing up for all of us. I love advocacy. It's a little bit boring, but I love it. I highly encourage everybody to get involved professionally. It's rewarding for your career. You'll find that it'll promote you in your career. It helps give you a voice. It empowers you. It strengthens you. It gives you confidence. All those things that will promote you within your career. So hopefully you guys will come and sit on the TXSRT board and look at doing some of the student leadership programs there. Because when you advocate for yourself, it's pretty impressive. So thank you guys.
Thank you. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much to Marceline for your inspiring message and contributions to radiology. It's now time for our most significant part of our ceremony, recognizing our outstanding inductees. To begin the initiation portion of the ceremony, I would like to welcome the current president, Mr. Dante Olson, to the podium. Oh, thank you.
Good evening. Honored students, colleagues, and friends, we have gathered to recognize these students and to encourage their future achievement and leadership. Membership in Lambda Nu is achieved by merit, a high quality valued by faculty and students alike. You will join a group of people who emphasize the lifetime process of personal growth and continual improvement of professional competence. Lambda Nu is an honor society with student, officers, and leadership, ensuring community through a faculty advisor. Continuity. Its objectives are to foster academic scholarship at the highest levels, promote research and investigation in the radiologic and imaging sciences, and recognize exemplary scholarship. To begin the ceremony, I would like to introduce you our Vice President.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll go into the history of our society. Lambda Nu was established in 2001 by a radiologic technologist and radiology educator, at Arkansas State University, which continues to serve as the organization's headquarters. When it was founded, Lambda Nu became the first national honor society specifically dedicated to medical imaging sciences. The society was established to achieve three primary objectives: foster academic scholarship at the highest level, promote research and investigation, and recognize exemplary scholarship. Dr. Beth Belay, Dr. Lynette Watts, and Dr. Jamie Wilbakes applied for a chapter charter to Lambda Nu at Midwestern State University, and the Texas Xi chapter was recognized in 2007. Since its founding, Lambda Nu has grown considerably across the United States, now has over 240 radiology programs in 46 states. To promote research and academic excellence, the society also offers financial support to its members. Since 2010, Lambda Nu has awarded hundreds of thousands of dollars in student scholarships and provides grants to faculty for research in radiologic sciences. Lambda Nu scholarships are awarded each fall and spring. Last year, a member of our Texas Xi chapter received a Lambda Nu scholarship. Please join me in congratulating Paige Cartwright on her achievement. Next, our treasurer, Cheyenne Demerit, will explain the significance of our society's symbols and colors.
Good afternoon. Radiologic science majors recognize the word Lambda and Nu as the names of this honor society and as topics of special significance to the field. Lambda Nu's name comes from the lowercase Greek letters in the formula, which represents the inverse relationship between wavelength and frequency in physics. Moving beyond just memorizing formulas to truly analyze the depth of their field is a hallmark of advanced radiologic practice. The undercase letters may take a physics equation literally and turn it into a metaphor for the delicate balance technologists must maintain. In the clinical environment, professionals constantly navigate inverse relationships and competing priorities, such as image quality versus patient dose. Techniques that produce the highest resolution, lowest noise images often require higher radiation doses. Therefore, the technologist must continually balance the need for diagnostic clarity against the absolute necessity of keeping the patient's radiation dose as low as reasonably achievable. Ultimately, the name Lambda Nu serves as a constant reminder that excellence in medical imaging is not just about pressing a button. It's about mastering the science and skillfully balancing patient needs with technological demands. The colors of the society are maroon for radiologic and imaging sciences, forest green for health professions, and gold, the ancient color of honor. At this time, I would like to introduce our secretary, Elaine O, to discuss the requirements for the membership in Lambda Nu.
Good afternoon. Radiologic images students and alumni and faculty are eligible for membership based on the following standards. Applicants must have a cumulative GPA of 3.0 and a professional GPA of 3.4 on a 4.0 scale for all coursework in their current degree. The applicant must be enrolled in a bachelor's or master's degree program in radiologic sciences at Midwestern State University as a full-time student for at least one term, or completion of at least 6 hours of bachelorette or master's level major courses, or current enrollment in at least 3 hours of bachelorette or master's level major courses. The applicant may submit evidence of professional commitment exceeding the program's minimum requirements, including but not limited to GPA higher than chapter minimum, actively pursuing an independent research project, or participation in appropriate community service activities, active membership in a professional organization as evidenced by holding office or committee appointments, preparing and submitting a professional paper, presentation, or poster, preparing for and participating in a radiologic or imaging science competition, clinical-based employment in a radiologic or imaging science field. Faculty members are eligible for a membership upon meeting the following criteria: actively teaching either full-time, part-time, adjunct, or guest faculty at the institution. Exemplary honors may be achieved upon evidence of advanced professional recognition. Chapter Director, all the candidates now awaiting initiation meet all standards and academic requirements, and I recommend them to you for membership. Will you please present the initiates?
I would be honored. Each of you have demonstrated academic excellence, leadership, and commitment to the field of radiologics and imaging sciences. Today, we acknowledge your hard work and celebrate your achievement. As I call your name, I invite you to step forward and be officially inducted to the Lambda Nu Honor Society. Please hold. Sabrina Acuna.
Turn this way.
Audrey Avens. Charlie Bailey. Jacob Cooper. Tyler J. Dunn. Victor Flores, Jr. Talon Garcia. Anthony Gonzalez. Carissa Griffin. Brandon Hernandez. Sabrina LaRue. Gally Marquez. Andrew Meza. Karen Olson. Valeria Perales. Julie Pham. Miguel Pena.
This one costs extra.
Lizette Quiston. Natalie Rodriguez. Mayra Valencia Villarreal. She is a BSRS student and is not here today. Virga Porter. Haley Watson. Okay, and I always mess her name up. Jean Pierre Weezer. And our faculty inductee this year is Miss Kelsey Wilt. And Kelsey gets cords because she has already graduated. Our students will all receive honor cords for graduation next year at next year's pinning. You will also receive a pin at next year's pinning as well.
I prepared that, Kelsey.
Oh, cool, thanks.
I now present the class of spring 2026 to the Texas I chapter of Lambda Nu. Mr. President, will you make the declaration of membership?
Congratulations to all the new inductees. Today, you are not just recipients of an honor, you are ambassadors for Lambda Nu's values. As members of the society, you are now part of a network of professionals committed to upholding our field's highest standards. By accepting membership in Lambda Nu, you have committed to advancing the radiologic and imaging sciences field through continuous learning and innovation, demonstrating integrity, compassion, and professionalism in academic and professional endeavors, inspiring and supporting others to reach the highest standard of excellence in all aspects of her profession, and dedicating yourself to the service of the radiologic sciences and improving patient care. I now declare you members of Lambda Nu in good standing. You have the right to display your certificate and enjoy the rights and privileges associated with this membership.
On behalf of the faculty, administration, and all who have gathered here today, I'd like to extend our heartfelt congratulations to each of you. You have earned this honor through hard work, commitment, and passion for radiologic sciences field. This concludes our ceremony today. I would like to thank you very much for coming to support these honored students. If the guests in the room follow the faculty members to the health sciences building, we have a brief reception over there. There's some food and drink for you and you can go and look at our great building and our rad sciences building over there. The current and new Lambda Nu members will conduct a short business meeting and we'll meet you over there afterwards. Thank you, and thank you for coming and supporting.